Hi everyone, some gamer dude here. So, as you may have noticed, I haven't been here for 2 weeks, ever since the Juken Kickstarter failed to reach its goal. Now, this was not because the Juken Kickstarter failed, this was because the end of the Kickstarter's date coincided with a very distressing and traumatic event in my personal life that I just needed time off YouTube and making videos and a few other things to get over. It's been 2 weeks since that happened now, and I think, as I said, I'll get back to you in October. It's now October, let's just get on with things. I'll be back to full speed within the month. I've got some stuff I'm scripting now, I've got some stuff for Juken I'm working on. So, let's just talk about the Juken Kickstarter first. I think it failed for a multitude of reasons. Firstly, I don't think the way I showed off the game was the best. We, and by we I mean myself, playtesting and the artist, we all thought the character, especially Lucy, would be the most appealing draw about the game. Appealing, likeable, and just fun characters drawing from a lot of older IPs in a similar vein, trying to do something fresh but be inspired by them. No, people were more interested in gameplay first. If I'd done this differently, I probably would not have shown you any cards to start off with. I would have done the 3 weeks showing you off the characters, then I would have put up a whole video showing off the gameplay, then I would have done the card spoilers. I think that probably would have been the best way to do it. I don't know how much of a contributing factor that was, but I think it's part of it. Another part is I think the Kickstarter's goal was too high. This is not my fault at all. This is because of the way Kickstarter works. If you don't have some type of pledge manager, which is another cost, you have to include postage costs in the goal. That's why it exploded from 9,000 Australian to 12,000 Australian. And I think going up that high, unachievable. I think it was too much. I think in some regards, me not offering the decks individually was a mistake. I might have been able to swing it, but I think it might have been necessary. I think in some ways 75 Australian was too much of an ask, even though it's actually really reasonable when you think about it, because at least for Australian prices, a starter deck for Pokemon is now between 30 and 35 Australian. It's junk. Magic, I think it gets like a Spell Slinger set for about 15 to 20. It's junk. Yu-Gi-Oh! Structure is going up to 25 at Zing now, but it's generally $20. This is 3 competitive decks. You only need to buy it once for 25 a piece, so 75 total. Half of them were full art foil, and there was going to be a way to get full art foil versions of the corner cards. The only reason they weren't included is because I really did feel that reminder text was necessary. I think that not being a game you can directly profit on, by that I mean something that's going to go investor to the moon, high rarity cards, scarcity, etc., etc. Not being a TCG. I think that hurt it. I think it means a lot of people say that as, oh, I can't bank on it, when that's actually not even the truth. Looking at Yu-Gi-Oh! Products recently, older structure decks, as soon as they're out of print, they go up in value quite a bit. Gameology is currently selling the Sacred Beast structure deck for like 200 and something Australian dollars, when it should be like $20. Maybe you could excuse 40 because it's out of print, but that's a lot of money. If it gets an unlimited print, I don't think it has. I might pick 3 up, but I don't think a lot of people recognise that sealed products, once they go out of production and all the products dried up, they start gaining value because there's less of them sealed. But yeah, the lack of a TCG component, I think people just don't register that sealed products have value, like decks and that. Yeah, I think that's really all of it. But as I said to Frank in the comments of the video for the final days of the Kickstarter, the last one I made, Juken is continuing. I'm getting it produced locally in Australia. I've got a printer that I'm on very good terms with. It's the ones where I was going to get the promos from, because they can do smaller amounts. There's going to be some extreme form changes that I'll be talking about in current weeks. If you've been following the socials for Juken, you'll know that the frame has had to be changed. I can tell you, foils are going to have to be cut. I'm getting my final samples and a sample box. At the moment, the box is another big change. Instead of being, it was going to be 3 across, so you'd open it up and have each deck across. So you could just pull one out, whichever one, and it'd be like just that character's stuff. It's just going to be a fat pack, fat box, tuck box. So if you're familiar with Jeff Finnegan's Tenshoku, it'll be a lot like that because the card count's roughly the same. I'm hopefully looking to produce full art foil, these metallic ones, as a complete set later on. I'm trying to work something out to make it special, or at least useful, but time will tell. If I sound a little bit stuffy, it's because I've been ill recently as well. Constant weather changes and rain made me a bit under the weather. But Juken is going to happen. Hopefully everything's lined up by the end of October to be released. And we can go from there. On the socials, I am going to be making a deal of you could buy Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon, or you could support a local Australian company with products made in Australia for a small price. I am definitely going to be touching on that. But, yeah. I've been showing other people the game. D-Stinger from Set 2, which, if you've seen the Kickstarter, you've already seen Set 2's characters. He is immensely popular among everyone that's tested Set 2 in terms of character design. Mark is really popular. Louise, once people see more of her, especially a specific part of her, they start really coming on board. And she's got some really cool things she can do. As far as game design goes, sets 2, 3, and 4 are basically finished now. 3 is going to be starting art as soon as we start selling through the first allotment of set 1, and I have a really good idea of where Juken's going, because I'm going to need the influx of money to afford the art now. I can't keep it up past set 3's character designs. It's just, I'm kind of tapped out in regards to that. But yeah, I'm really happy with how Juken's going in terms of character design, game design, and the meta. I think there's a lot of fun to be had. I love playing it. Of course I do, I'm tooting my own horn. But other people that I've been showing it to, new people, have been greatly enjoying it too. Again, especially D-Stinger. I really can't wait to show you him. Given he's been the most popular mechanically from Set 2, I think we're going to lead off with him. Set 2 previews are probably going to start in January. And once Juken's up for sale, I'll start making content, deck primers for each of the Alpha 1 characters, I should say. Arsenals, they're set decks the way they are out of the box, and then we'll be talking about constructed play, and we'll go from there. The way Juken is working now, Set 1 will probably be on offer in full frame cards for about 8 to 12 months. And then there'll be an offer for if we can get the full art foils done the way I'm hoping to, for a bit after that, and then I want to rotate it out. I don't want to offer the decks forever because it becomes a pain for inventory, and it becomes annoying for other reasons. But because there's no real set print runs now, I want to just offer them for a little bit. Offer them for a set amount of time instead, I should say. One last thing, the card quality. These foils are 300 GSM, I've mentioned this before. Flat, nothing wrong with them. They've just been chucked in a box in my bag so I can show them off. Sleeved up so they don't get scratched. But even the ones I've got at home in a stack in a baggie that they came in, nothing wrong with them. No curvature, they're really, really nice quality. As I said, 300 GSM. The samples I've got coming are standard 300 GSM. I think I might be knocking everything down to 300 GSM so you can mix and match the foil full art with the normal cards, and it's not a big deal. Just make everything play nicely together. But that's all I have to say for the moment on Hyper Juken. Tell me if there's anything you want to ask in the comments. We're working out some other things, and I'll tell you as they go. Do sign up for all the socials if you have Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. Join the Discord if you're so inclined. I'm always there. I'm always available to talk. We can always hash something out if you've got any issues or just any questions. And yeah, that's it. This has been some Gamer Dude, and thanks for watching.